Welcome to the Writer's Cabin. Today's topic is how to create emotion. How to create emotion for in the reader in our fiction stories. How to create emotion in the reader. So to do this, I'm just going to give you a couple examples. The first one and then the second one. Both of them are the character in the same place, the exact same place, but how the character reacts to the setting creates a different emotion. For example, by the way, this particular example comes from Phyllis Whitney, and her book Guide to Fiction Writing. A man gets off a train in the city in a rainstorm, and there is no one there to meet him. He leaves the drab gray area of the storm and turns down a side street. It's late in the afternoon, but because of the storm, it has been dark for a while, and the streetlights glimmer through the driving rain. Puddles of dirty water on the pavement throw back a dismal reflection. The rain is cold, and he turns up the collar of his coat with fingers that feel stiff. Already the thin soles of his shoes are soaking through. A car flings up a careless arc of muddy water as it turns the corner, and he's not quick enough to avoid the splatter that soils his gray slacks. Along the narrow side street, the few passers-by are in a hurry, and they are isolated by the small worlds of their own umbrellas. At a high window above, blinds have been pulled against the darkness, and in the rain, shutting him out. From a third-floor window comes the laughter of a girl, high and clear. It's a sound he cannot share. If she met him now in the street, she would pass him by like the others. As he crosses an areaway, the smell of stew cooking drifts out to him, and he sniffs the aroma hungrily. He fingers the few coins in his pocket, and they are clammy and cold to his touch. A cup of strong hot coffee and a donut will have to do. So, what's the emotion there when I read that? What emotion did you feel? I'm going to guess it was a little depressing, gloomy, some emotion along those lines. And it had to do with the way the character reacted to the environment. For example, let's take the same character, but let's go ahead and have him react differently to the environment and see how it creates a different emotion. A man gets, by the way, the environment is exactly the same. It's still a gloomy, depressing day in probably Seattle or London or something, but it has to do with how the character behaves. A man gets off the train in the city. It's raining, and he strikes out down a side street with a quick, strong step. It's late in the afternoon, and he likes the way the early streetlights shine through the driving rain and dance in the puddles at his feet. The cold rain is bracing, exhilarating, and he doesn't mind the drop or two that go down his neck as he turns up his collar. People hurry along, isolated by their own little umbrella worlds, and he tries to glimpse their faces as they pass by. Perhaps there are friends to be found among these passers-by. Up on the third floor, he hears the ringing laughter of a girl and his quick step-ins. He could like a girl who laughs as wholeheartedly as that. This street is for him. Before long, perhaps he'll find out who she is. When he sniffs the rich, savory smell of stew cooking, he doesn't hesitate. He runs up the steps and rings the bell. So you can see that it creates more of an expectant, positive mood. This guy expects good things to happen, and it creates that sort of more of an upbeat mindset in the reader, and more positive emotions in the reader. And it all was done by how the character reacts to the circumstances. Instead of being gloomy and depressing and expecting the worst and getting the worst, every little word he strikes out, quick, strong step. That's how he reacts to the. Instead of lumbering down the street, staring at the pavement. No, he strikes with a quick, strong step. He likes the way the early street lights shine through the driving rain and dance at the fuddles at his feet. The word choices and the verbs paint a whole different picture that about how this character is perceiving his environment, and that transfers to the reader. The transfer of emotion. The cold rain is bracing, exhilarating. Not the cold rain is miserable. No, that's different. The cold rain is bracing, exhilarating, and he doesn't mind. Okay, so there you go. That's how you do it. That's how you create emotions in the reader and use the environment and the characters' reactions in order to do it. So there you go. And right on from the writer's cabin. Right on.